Hello, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well out there today. I have a quick and easy project I wanted to share. I've been excited to share this. It's not my original idea. I wish I could remember who it was that I got this idea from. It's been about a year or a year and a half ago, and she was taking these toilet paper roll that we normally, these toilet paper roll holders that we normally just probably throw in the trash or we recycle. And she was making these really neat pockets out of them. And I just went on a little tear and started making a bunch of them. And I've already put, I don't know how many in my journals, but I still have these that I haven't put in a journal yet. And they're just made from scraps. They're made from things like, well, this every moment, delight and relax in the pleasures you like. That came from a sachet case, that those little things that have potpourri in them, and you can put them in your drawers and they smell nice. This one had, run its course for that purpose, and so I've used the paper off of it, and oftentimes they have a nice saying on them, and so I like to use those. And I was decorating the backs of them at first, and then I realized that was probably not necessary because I'm going to glue them into a journal. And I know that they can make the journal a bit bulky, but there's something about using something I would normally put in the trash or recycle bin that I just really like about that. And I know that I could just really take this piece of paper, fold it over, and just, I could create a pocket like that, and it would be less bulky. So I don't know, maybe you might not be interested in this, but if you are, I thought we could make a couple of them on camera, and they kind of turn out cute. I think they do anyway. And I've used different things. I've used handmade papers like this one that I've gotten at specialty shops. I've used just plain scrapbook paper. I've used small pieces of scraps, and these are images off of some contact paper that you cover things with. I don't know what it is about getting on the camera and I lose words. I don't know why that happens, but it seems to happen to me every time. And so sorry about that, but that's what we're going to do today. I've got one already flattened out, and then I've got these two that I'm going to do as well. And I'm going to be using these three pieces of handmade specialty paper that I got at this really cool art shop in St. Louis. So if you have some of these, we could do this together, and that would be a lot of fun. At least I think it's a lot of fun to do these things together. So first things first, they need to be flattened out as well as possible. And I'm going to use my bone folder to flatten it out really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and flatten all three of these out. I won't do that all on camera. Okay, I'm going to use this one first, and I don't know what it is, but I really like to use these really pretty handmade papers for this. So what I like to do is leave a little extra space at the bottom, and see if I can find one where I did that. Yeah, like on this one, I like to leave a little extra space at the bottom and sort of flatten it out like that. This is one I decorated on the back too, but like I said, it's not necessary unless you're just gonna like set it in a tuck spot or something, which I guess that could be done too. But if I'm gonna glue it in, there's no sense in worrying about decorating the back. And so far, that's what I've done with them, is glue them in. But something else that I've thought about doing is painting the insides of them a little bit, at least the parts that will be seen. But I haven't done that on any of these. So that's definitely something I could do after I get this done, or I guess I could go ahead and try that now and see what happens. I'm gonna do that on this one anyway. I have this paint, I think I showed it in my rock painting video. It's called Teal, and it has a shimmer to it. It's a metallic teal color, and I'm gonna use that. Just paint the inside here. And the tip top. Might end up going back and doing that to all of those. It'll just take a few minutes to dry. Okay, I'm gonna put glue over the whole piece if I can get this open. Sometimes this gets stuck. I have to clean it out every so often and clear the rim of that. But anyway, so I'm gonna put this not all the way to the top. Because that's not going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to cut off the excess. Up there, so I'm going to put glue on the top of this. Just kind of poofing it open so it doesn't glue itself together. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, like I said, leave a little bit at the bottom of, I guess, a rim. And then folding it over. And then just pressing that down to make that rim in the back, like that. And then I'll flip it over and do the same on the front. And that closes it so it now has a bottom to it, and nothing will fall out of it. I just like that little kind of finished edge look that gives it. And then the glue and putting the paper on, it kind of just flattens it out, which is good. And then I just want to cut it off at the top. Just kind of feel where the toilet paper holder stops and cut it straight across. I just think that's cool. I like the painted inside too. Gotta cut a little bit more off. I have this little piece of scrap left, so I'll save that. So I'll use that somewhere, someday. And after I get them all covered, then I'll probably decorate them. So now I'm going to repeat the process with the other two papers. And I'll probably just put that on fast forward since I already did one. This piece is bigger. I forgot about that, so I'm going to cut this off and save that. Wish I hadn't gotten glue all over it, but oh well. things like that happen a lot of the time. To me, anyway, where I just don't realize something until it actually happens. This one got glued together, so I'm gonna have to get it to open back up. That's not good. I don't want that glued together. I got a little glue happy on this one, I guess. Not really sure how that happened. Like it glued it together all the way down. Oh, I know, because I didn't let the paint dry. I didn't let the paint dry well. Oh, goodness. That's what I didn't do. So, note to self, be sure and let the paint dry before I move on. That's what happens sometimes. I get in a hurry, and these things require patience. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry this time, and then I will do some decorating on these three. I've decided I want to keep it pretty simple because the papers are so pretty themselves. They don't need a whole lot of decorating. And I've had these stickers in my stash for a long time, and I went through the stash and thought these will go nicely, and I'm going to use this gold washi tape at the top of each one to give it a finished look at the top. It goes with all three of them, I think. I'm just going to put it around the tip top. And then I'm going to put this little sticker on and use a little bit of glue to be sure it stays on. You know what I also thought about after I'd already done all this is that I could have just wrapped the paper half, around the back a little bit and saved some of that paper. I definitely wanted to cover the edges, but I could have cut that and saved some of that paper, and I wish I had, but I'll do that next time. I'm sure I'll be making some more of these. Another reason I wanted to use these keys and this lock, or use this key and this lock, is that last night on my walk, I found this, and I thought it was fitting that today I could use a key in this project. Okay, thank you for spending time with me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to share in the comments, I'd love to hear from you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.